moment, or staying in a very quiet place, or staying with ourselves for about maybe few hours or even few seconds, it's boring and it's empty. But it's not empty, it's not boring, because it filled with clarity, it filled with wisdom, and it filled with healing. That few hours that you spend with yourself, that like you off the phone, you off with the noisy environment, you just with yourself. That is when the healing come. Your intuition tend to give you those answers that you've been asking for, and you get those wisdom. And at still the same time, every quiet moment strengthen your intuition, calm your mind down, and help you to reconnect back to yourself, to your higher self, to the God-given soul inside of you. Hey, my love, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for popping in again, and thanks for kicking in. Thanks for always coming back to support your guests. So, on today's video, we'll be talking about how silence can become your superpower. How you no longer see silence as boring or empty, or you don't have anything to do, because sometimes we are so used to this. We always have to do, we always have to have something to do. Even at that moment or realization, at that moment that you want to take a nap or relax, your with your phone, or you're listening to something, you're either with your phone or still listening to something from your phone or from the TV. So we don't specifically have that minute or time or silence with ourselves to reconnect with ourselves, to the God inside of us or our soul, to listen to our intuition. We're always busy with something. Either we're trying to distract ourselves with to-do lists, or we try to distract ourselves with social media, or try to distract ourselves with talk, maybe having too much talk with your friends or someone, that you don't have the time to reconnect or listen to your intuition. Because sometimes our intuition does not talk to us with loud voice. Our intuition does not talk to us with fear, voice of fear, or jealousy of competition. No, our intuition talk to us in a very simple and calm voice that sometimes we don't have the time, or we don't listen to it, because the outside noise and the noise in our head is just too much, and it overpower that intuition. But when you have the time or few minutes to spend with yourself, that's when you connect with yourself. It strengthens your intuition, and it calm your nervous system and calm your mind down. So today we'll be going deep into the video. First part of this video is silence creates clarity. And how does silence create clarity? Silence creates clarity because when you stop filling space with noise, you start to hear yourself. When you stop filling every space with noise, you start to hear yourself. And how does it fill your space with noise? Every single day, our day-to-day life, normally our 3D world, the environment is filled with noise, different noise from people, the vehicle, like different noise. And inside our head is so chaotic that we are constantly thinking about something. There is constantly a conversation in our head that we're having in our head, that there is no space or for you to have this time. But this space is not like the world is going to create this space for you. This space or this time spending with yourself, or this silence, is something that you officially, let me use this word, officially have to create for yourself. It's not that someone is going to create it for you. It's not like you are a baby that your mom have to tell you that go and have a nap, drop the tablet, off the TV, go take a nap. You are an adult that no one is specifically going to tell you that off the TV, go out from social media, off your phone, stop talking, go take a nap. This is something that you have to create for yourself. This is something that you have to know that, okay, I have to take time for myself right now. I have to spend time with myself right now. And we occupy ourselves, our day-to-day life, whatever to-do list at work, doing something, always doing something that you like, you always doing something. You specifically putting your attention on that thing that you're doing, because when you're putting your attention on that thing that you're doing, it's not like you're spreading the attention. You're putting your attention on that thing that you're doing for not to make mistakes, especially when you're working. And at the same time, you're having chaotic talk in your head. You're having a conversation with your, so there's really no time for you to have those, me to me talk with yourself, me to me conversation with yourself, when you get to listen to your intuition. But at that particular moment, when you sit and relax, you're not occupying all the space either, because sometimes we occupy our space. Either we are on social media listening to something 24 hours, or even for few hours, sometimes 2 hours, you scroll for no stop, or you drop your phone, you focus on the TV, looking at the TV, or you're having a conversation, talk with someone, or you're at work, or you're just doing things at home, to do list that continuously would not stop. You're not creating silence time for yourself. You're not creating the time for yourself. And with this, you're not making that space for you and yourself to connect. You're not creating that space for you and your body to connect. And noise is equals to distraction. When you're always occupied yourself, your environment, you're always occupied every single free time that you have, every space that you have, you're equally creating distraction for yourself, because this noise equals distraction. And when you try to create this few minutes or few silence for yourself to connect with your God-given soul, you are connecting, you're creating that self connection, because silence is equals to self connection, noise is equals to distraction. So I'll be kicking off and continuing the video. And silence creates clarity in the ways of idea, insight, and solution often come in the quiet. Have you often thought about it or think about it like this, that you see, when the clarity comes, when the decision comes, or when the answer comes, is when you try to, okay, I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to stop asking questions. I'm going to stop looking for the answer, but I'm going to stop looking for the answer. But at the moment that you try to just sit still for a few minutes, and you feel as if I'm tired of pressing this phone, let me just keep this phone, let me relax, let me just have a nap with myself, I want to have a silent moment, that's when you get the answer. And that answer, it might just be that you have not been thinking about the answer, you've let the answer go, and you drop your phone, you try to be in that still moment, that silent moment, that's when the answer comes. Because sometimes when you want answers about relationship, you want answers about your job, you start asking people, you start asking friends for solution, for advice, you screw on social media looking for the answer, the solution, and asking Google, ChatGPT the answer for this solution or this. But the more you're asking for this answer, the more you're seeking for this answer, the more your head keep rotating, the more you keep confusing yourself, because the more you're searching for this answer, the more it feels like you're confusing yourself, the more it feels like you're rolling in a cycle or in a loop. You endlessly looking for the answer, but the answer does not come. It's just like me sometimes talking to my spouse or my husband, that it's trying to explain something to me. I'm trying to get the answer, but the more I'm trying to get the answer, the more I'm getting confused. Then I'll just tell him that stop, because the more I'm trying to get the answer, but the more I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, the more I'm getting myself confused. Just let it be. I'm trying to explain it to myself by myself and try to get the answer, because you're explaining it to me. The more I'm trying to understand it, the more the more I'm getting confused inside of it. It's just the same thing, like you want an answer, and the clarity is inside of you, the answer is inside of you, but you're seeking the validation outside. You're trying to ask friends, you're trying to search it on social media. You don't find time to sit with yourself to ask, okay, I know this answer is inside of me. Universe, God, can you give me the answer? But you refuse, you just want to get that validation from other people. But the moment you decide to feel yourself, the moment you decide to sit on that few seconds with stillness and silence, when you're not even thinking about the answer, that's when your intuition, that's when the God inside of you is going to bring that answer, because the answer is inside of you. The answer might has been whispering for months or years or days, but you refuse to hear it because the outside noise or the noise in your head is just too much. That because when your intuition speak and try to give you that answer, it speaks in a very quiet tone, but the noise of fear, the noise outside, the voice of fear, the voice of distraction, it's very loud in your head that sometimes you don't tend to listen or hear. But when you sit in the silence and you try to calm your nervous system, your body, this is when this idea, this insight, this solution have to come in, because right now you try to calm your nervous system, you try to reduce the volume of the outside noise and inside of your head to be able to listen and hear the noise inside of and hear the solution and the answer, that your intuition, that the insight, the solution and everything that has been said, they have been said. It's just that you've not heard it. At this particular moment, you'll be able to hear it clearly. And I move to the next one, that silence threaten intuition. Like I said before in the intro, that at that At that particular quiet moment, this is when this silence strengthen our intuition, calm our mind, and reconnect us back to ourself, reconnect our body back without just letting our head be there doing their thing, doing whatever they want to do, but reconnect our soul, our body, our mind back together so that we can reconnect and listen to ourselves. Silence strengthen our intuition. You can't hear your inner guidance if you're constantly distracted with something. That inner guidance, that God that really want to speak to you, that solution, that answer, that calmness, that peace that you're looking for, you can't get it if you're constantly distracted with something. If you're 24 hours scrolling on social media, you're constantly there listening to something nasty, listening to some conversation that it's endless, excuse me, or picking up fights with people, always in a phone with someone, always talking to someone, always in the TV, always to-do list, always walking, you can't hear this guidance. You can't hear this word of encouragement. You can't hear this. You can't hear this. There's a word I really want to use that is not called me. You can't hear this direction that your intuition is trying to lead you to. You can't get this peace. You can't feel. You can't be able to fill your mind with this satisfaction that you're looking for this joy, for this answer that you're looking for, because your inner guidance is constantly distracted with something. At that particular moment when they're trying to guide you, at that particular moment when they're trying to say something to you, but you're being distracted, you're being there, listening to something that's not favorable, something that is not helping you or making you move forward, but they are there trying to talk to you, trying to direct you, trying to direct your footstep, but you're always distracted with something. Even at that particular moment when you're trying to take a nap, you're listening to something on your phone, and that's the moment that you're supposed to take that nap, but at the same time silent every single noise around you, even in your head. Even that sometimes the noise in our head is just so loud. The noise in our head is so louder than even the outside noise. But at a particular moment, when you stay in that still moment, silent moment, little by little you tend to silence the moment, you tend to bring down that silent moment, because at that silent moment, that's when healing happens. Because at that silent moment, that's when memories flash back, that's when thoughts flash back, that's when you listen to your thoughts, that's when you listen to things that triggers you, that's when you understand that why is this thought coming up, why am I having these feelings, why am I having this thought, what's happening right now, what happened. Memories just flash back, thought just comes in, and this is when you notice thought or the feeling that you are having and why you're feeling this feeling, why you're getting triggered. But when you're always occupied, when you always fill up your space with this noise, you tend to avoid or neglect the needs that you're having at that time or the way you're feeling at that time, and thoughts just swipe in and swipe out because you're not being aware and you're not trying to be aware because there is too much noise. So practice pausing before making decisions. So this helps because silence strengthens your intuition, and when silence strengthens your intuition, it helps you to practice pauses. And I talk about the power of pauses yesterday and day before yesterday. I have the part one and part two. You can go watch it. This helps you to practice pauses when it's time to make some certain decisions. This helps you to stay a few minutes silent when it's time to make some decisions, for you to know that if this answer that I'm about to give, is it coming out from fear, is it coming out from pain, or it's coming out from my real answer. Yes, it's coming out from my intuition giving me the answer. It's coming out because this is what I really want, but not trying to please the next person. Now silence is, we're going to the next step right now. Silence is silence the word is not coming out where silence is. And how does silence is? When silence is your stress, it is your anxiety, and tension calm down when you sit in quiet. Is it those tension, those mood, those emotions, when you try to sit for some few minutes with yourself, not trying to use your phone to distract yourself, or trying, yeah, sometimes you can call someone to, to talk about what you're feeling, how you're feeling at that particular moment. But the best way that work best, I think, it's you sitting in the silence for a few moments, because with those tensions, with those emotions and everything, and try to sit and calm yourself. I know at that particular moment when you're trying to sit, if it feels heavy, it feels somehow, but when you try to sit with your discomfort for a few minutes, that few minutes you tend to calm down, relax yourself, and that particular moment you try to ask yourself question: why did this happen? Why is this happening? What's happening right now? Am I supposed to be blamed? Should I blame myself? Should I realize? No, you tend to have conversations with yourself as you continue calming your tensions, as you continue calming yourself down. You have conversation with yourself, you listen to your thoughts, you listen to yourself, and you know the ones that have to go, and you know the one that you have to let stay, and you know the one that you have to reframe immediately. At that particular moment, when you calm, when you sit in that stand, you calm yourself, you have conversations with yourself, and you understand the thought in your head, the way you're feeling at that particular moment. That is when healing comes. This is why I said silence is, it is our stress, it is our anxiety, it makes you relax, because at that particular moment when you stay in that silence, you start to, you try to calm the noise in your head and the environment. That's when you have those thoughts of, I'm just going to let it go, I'm just going to let it be, this does not worth my time, this does not worth me stressing for. Okay, this answer that I've been stressing for, I know the answer is going to come. Of course it's going to come, because you are silent right now, you're sitting in the silence alone with yourself. Now you're talking to yourself, now you are advising yourself, you're therapeuting yourself, you're telling yourself right now, you know what, we're just going to let this thing go, these things that have been bothering us, I'm just going to calm, I'm just going to live my life, I'm going to continue my life, I'm not going to be stressed by anything anymore, because I know I'm fit, I'm okay. By this particular moment, at times, sometimes for me, I just start affirming to myself, giving myself words of encouragement, being my own best friend, being my own highly, encouraging myself. And when I stand up from this silence, I become strong again, because silence is my anxiety, it is my stress, and it makes me calm and calm. And it makes me calm, and tension calms down. Cancer calms down when you sit quiet. Yes, if that makes sense. And it allows your nervous system to reset and bring it back your body, your spirit, and so just come back together, revive yourself back, and be alive again. And ways to, let me see how many ways that I have right here. Okay, yes. And I'll be giving you, before this video will be rounding up, I'll be giving you 2 ways to practice silence. Silence is very important. I've said this thousands of times. I've said this on my videos a lot of times. It's very important. If you want those one, the word is money. It's not just coming out, it's just coming out left and right. Bear with me, and I know you understand what I'm trying to say in this video, and I know you understand the message I'm trying to give in this video. Please take this video and put it into practice and put it into work. It's not just about listening, but it's about taking the action. I talk about silence a lot of time. A lot of us are so scared to stay in the silence. A lot of us are so scared to stay without our electronics with us, or staying in the midst of people, or trying to talk to someone. We always want to occupy ourselves or fill our space with something that keeps us busy, or something that we are listening to. But this is not helping us mentally, because it's always making us drain. It's not making us listen to our higher self. Yes, sometimes this happened to me. I'm 40 with this, not like I'm perfect, because sometimes I occupy my space with personal development video. I'm always listening to personal development video, or want to watch my makeup video or something else. But this is not straighting. It has to come to time that you stop yourself. You understand that, no, I just don't want to listen to anything right now. I want to keep the phone off, and I want to listen to myself. I want to listen to my intuition. I want to listen to the thoughts in my head. And sometimes, yes, this noise, sometimes you on the TV, you on the radio, you're talking to your friend, the kids are making noise. The noise is just too much, that the noise is too much in the environment. But most of the time, the noise in your head, the conversation that you keep having with yourself in your head, the things happening in your head, the chaos happening in your head, is even more louder than the outside noise. That sometimes it keeps you so distracted that you're not able to focus on things that you're listening to in this outside world, or doing in this outside world, because the noise is just too much. I will really advise that most of the time, try to calm that noise in your head. Whatever that is not helping you, the overthinking, worrying, the stressing out, the anxiety in your head, try to calm them, try to let them go if it's not serving you, because definitely I know 80% to 90% you overthinking about something, having conversation, having issue with someone, in your head, or thinking about the future or the past in your head is not serving you, is not helping you, is not leading you to anything. It's leading you to destruction. And don't forget that noise equals to distraction and silence equals to self-connection. So let these things go. Relax yourself, relax your head, relax your neck. Because sometimes this noise, they makes you do nasty things, they make you do things that are not appropriate because it's just much in your head and they are distracting you and they're not making you focus. Because I feel like when you can silence the noise in your head, you can typically silence every noise in the environment. Because like you are an adult, it's fun to, it's fine to switch off the TV, it's fine to switch off the phone and go take a nap. It's fine to feel like I'll talk to you later. I just have to take a nap or take a silent moment or relax myself. You are an adult, you're not a baby, but it's something that you have to do for yourself. It's not like someone is coming to do it for you. And ways to practice the silent, it's 5 minute pauses in your daily, in your day-to-day job or whatever you do. 5 minute pauses. If you know that the talk in your head or the noise in the environment is becoming too much, take a few pause. 5 minute pause, 10 minute pause. Take a few pause. Drop the phone, drop the computer, and you might go to the bathroom if you're walking. I used to do this before when I'm stressed out and I'm so tired. I just take excuse. I go to the bathroom. I know it's awful, but I go to the bathroom. I just breathe in, relax, look at the mirror, look at my beautiful self, and take that few minutes again, and I come out and I continue again. This is how you help yourself to regulate yourself during these few moments of noise. And in the morning when the noise is still calm, in the morning when the environment everywhere is still peaceful, you can take out your journal. Few things about how you're feeling that moment, what you're thinking, and how you want your day to go. And the second one is treat silence as a gift. Treat silence as a gift. Every single moment of silence that you have, don't see it as it's boring. Don't see it as you're stuck. Don't see it that something is missing. Treat it as a gift. Treat it as a gift, and don't always try to escape it, because sometimes we try to go take our phone quickly, call our best friend on the TV, listening to the latest gist to escape that silence that you're having. Like the kids are not at home, the kids are at school right now. You don't have a lot to do at home, but instead of you to take that silent moment to meditate, journal, or do something that brings you calm and peace. You want to run to social, so listen to the latest news. You want to on the TV. You want to start looking for something to keep you occupied for that particular moment. You want to escape yourself from this noise. This is why I say treat silence as a gift, not something to always escape you from. And I'll be wrapping up this video with this: that silence does not take your power, it gives it back. It helps you turn into your power, into your strength, into your feminine energy, and listen. It helps you listen deeper and reconnect back with your true self. So before wrapping up this video, pardon me guys, this morning the words are not just coming out clearly. So I'll be saying this affirmation before rounding up this video: in silence I find clarity, strength, and calmness. In silence I find clarity, strength, and calmness. So I just want to say this word before I go: that a calm body makes space for a clear inner guidance. A calm body makes space for a clear inner guidance. Hey my love, thanks for staying till this time, and thanks for watching this video to the end. I do really appreciate, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow again on my next video.